Beautiful beings, and welcome to another episode of the Breathing Bar. I'm Ahuvia, your bartender today and every day, and we're so excited that you're coming with us on this journey, the summer solstice journey, growing organic inside and out. We're on week 5, and we're going into don't judge someone else's truth, just root your own. And this was inspired by some events that happened this week. And I found myself really assessing the situation. And the more I assessed the situation, the more it started seeping into judgment of the situation. And I had to pull myself back because I realized the more I step into judging or assessing someone else's reality or something that I see that's happening in the general population as a whole, the more I pull up my own roots as I go over and give my energy to those other things, because I'm rooted in my space. But as soon as I decide to uproot myself and to go root in someone else's space or go root into another reality that's not aligned with me, I begin to throw myself out of balance. And I weaken myself. So as we continue to grow organic inside, which has to happen before we really understand how to assess and perceive what's outside, I thought it was important to kind of step into the space of judgment. So like I said, today we're going into don't judge someone else's truth, just root your own. Every day we hear things, see things that deal with someone else's truth, someone else's reality, someone else's life. And with social media, it becomes just magnified by a million. And what I have learned to allow myself to do many times is to just kind of pull back and say, Ahuvia, mind your business. So anytime you're ready to step into judgment, just tell yourself to mind your own business. Because if you really absorb that concept of minding your own business, you got a lot of business to mind. You have so much business to mind, as much business as we put out there, minding other people's business, minding other theories and concepts. We have so much of our own that we need to mind, that a lot of time gets left just hanging there, waiting for someone to give it attention, waiting for you to give it attention. Now, how do you do this in a culture, in a society, in a realm where there's just so much activity energetically? And that's where, everything about growing organic inside and out, the summer solstice, the whole breathing bar concept is energy, the breath being the language and the conduit for all living things. Through the breath, everything is created, everything is communicated. And so we have to use that same foundation of the breath to still ourselves, to be able to move outside of the distractions and the judgment and the thoughts that create the perceptions, that create the judgment. So it's a step. There are always steps to get to this concept of judgment. And as difficult as it is, because there's so many things outside of us that affect us, but even with that, we can't control it. So why not just focus on what you can control? It's a reality where if you were to just try it for 6 months, try focusing on the only thing you can control, meaning don't give your energy, don't give your emotions to anything that you can't control. Of course you will, but when you give it to it, pull it back almost immediately, meaning acknowledge, I'm going to pull my emotions back from you. No, they may not all come, but I'm going to acknowledge it, put it out in the universe, because I know I can't control that. So I need all of my energy, which are emotions, to filter back in so I can use them for things that I can control. How would the world be different if we began to root ourselves in our sovereignty in a more intentional way? Although things affect us that happen around us, we would be so much more powerful and balanced to deal with it if we were rooted in our own sovereign consciousness, in our own reality of truth. Because just like we may judge someone else's truth or someone else's reality, the same can come back on us. And we're very different sovereign beings. We may be of a similar species, but we're not the same. Nothing on this earth is the same as a living organism. Every single living organism is different. And that's why it's so important for us to begin to understand and honor this reality. So, how do you move out of judging someone else's truth? How do you just stay in your lane? Just stay focused and rooting your own truth, your own reality, creating the reality in the world that you want in your universe. The universe knows how to take care of itself as universal laws that work perfectly. But how do you navigate and become the sacred steward for your universe? And this is the whole focus of growing organic inside and out. You have to grow organic inside. You have to know how to control, navigate, and communicate to your universe before you can even begin to understand what's happening in the universe. Much of what we feel and perceive is so limited because our consciousness hasn't even mastered our own sphere of reality, our own vortex of creation. So that's what I'm leaving you with, beautiful beings, on week 5 of Growing Organic Inside and Out the Summer Solstice. Don't judge someone else's truth, just root your own. The interactive journal is available on the website, and there is a link. But if you can't find it for some reason, you can go to accordingtoahuvia.com. And I will see you next week. And I pray you all have a wonderful, blessed experience wherever you are in this universe. Give thanks, beautiful beings.